it's not bad on the sides. Like if you look at the front, yeah, there's, you know, less than an inch of gap in the front. But that's all the air dam. If you look at the sides here, and if you look underneath, like I still have room. It's no lower than, I mean, my Corvette is, so we'll see. I think the game plan is just to take these giant tires off and go get some low pros. The low pros should take it down to about here. Yeah, the 40s. So 65, 40 would be maybe at that line. So we'll see. Yeah, buddy. Check this grinding out.
Yep. Oh yeah, she's rubbing a lot.
Not bad. Oh shit, straight through, huh? Straight through. Yeah. Two holes.
Oh dang.
Wait. So I know it was rubbing here. Why was it rubbing there? Whatever.
The other one's rubbing at 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Hello. Oh yeah, this one ain't bad. I feel like 2 inches off of that'll be, it's not gonna be rubbing anymore. You know what I mean?
I know.
So I don't feel like it was, because if it was 2 inches, if it's gonna rub when it's 2 inches less, that means the 2 inches are gonna, it would be holding, that 2 inches of tire that was extra would be holding the weight of the truck on the wheel well.
But you would have known that as soon as you went to move.
Yeah, I mean, like I have to give it gas for it to move.
Yeah,
But I think it would have been a lot worse.
the weight of the front end on those 2 tires, I think you would have noticed a drastic change.
Yeah. So what do we have back here? These look lower. 255 70s. So the fronts are 265 65s, 255 70s. That's probably about the same. If anything, those are probably a little bit bigger. So for every 5 that we take off of the second number, it's gonna drop this, or the diameter, an inch.
So you need,
for this specific setup. So if I do a 265 45, then I've dropped the diameter 4 inches, which will give it 2 inches
More clearance.
2 inches on each side, which means that it'll be 2 inches below the wheel well, but it'll also be 2 inches closer to the ground in the front. So the air dam has to come off. And if you look at, I was looking at it on the ground, when the air dam was touching, the rest of the truck is like 4 inches off the ground. So, and plus the back is still up. So I think when the back drops, the front end will come up a little bit. Take the air dam off, because there's really nothing.
Leave the air dam on for now. No, never mind.
Yeah, we'll probably just rip it off.
Why don't you try and take it off and not destroy the clips, and then when the lowers, when the back end is lowered, see if it'll fit on there without rubbing everywhere. At least then you get back what you want.
Yeah. And even if it is, once everything's settled and I know the clearance, I could put it on anyway. And now I know that it's running without dragging on anything. I can put the air dam back on, so I know that that's the only sound that's rubbing.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. And then it'll eventually contour to the ground, and then it'll look super low in the front, because it'll have like it'll be clearance just enough to actually drive.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So we'll take the air dam off for now.
Yeah, because if you leave it on,
load these tires up.
If you leave it on, there's nowhere you're driving up to drop this truck off the old boy and it not tear off.
Yeah. So I'm thinking 260. If I go to a 245, the top of the tread will probably be where this line is right here.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not rubbing that much. Like it's not.
No way.
It's not.
Like I said, I think if it was rubbing that much, you would have noticed a drastic difference, even just moving the vehicle.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
He's the car guy.
I mean, worst case scenario, so here's the ultimate worst case scenario, is that I got the lift that's too low, so I can either get adjustable coils for the front and bump it up a little bit, or I can get a leveling kit which lifts the front. I can't, because you can't adjust these, and it's to the point of no return right now, because I've already got $1,100 worth of components.
Yeah,
and to do a different lift would require, it's not just different control arms, it's shit all over the lens. I'd have to put the stock control arms back on and then do the other lift, which would be springs or knuckles. Yeah, knuckles and a drop spring. So I already got the 2-inch drop knuckles, but then I'd have to put the controller in. That's not happening. We're not doing that again. Okay. Yeah, the tires should be enough. Boys, we're driving in the vet truck. I told them they'd fit. I'm a man of my word. So once we get the new ones on, they're gonna be smaller diameter, right? So it'll fit even better and it'll be clean, hopefully. So at least that's what I'm telling myself. I'll rip my pristine it's a 1999 vet. This thing's only got 43,000 miles on it, and the previous owner kept it nice and clean and spotless, well maintained and garage kept, so I could do this bullshit to it. So thanks, bud. Well, just I thought they don't have it, and I was asking for a 265 45 R18, and she suggested, I told her I was trying to go smaller height, diameter I guess you'd say. She suggested a 225 65 or 225 50 R18, which is not what I asked for. Like, that's drastically changing the width. So I need a 265 width, 45% sidewall R18, not a 225 width, 50% side, whatever. I'll figure it out. Off to another place. Well, that was short over at BJ's. I drove up and one of their technicians was outside, and he's like, I hope you're not about to come in here and ask about tires. So, like, see ya. Then I guess I'm not. I'll go somewhere else. What kind of business model is that? Like, oh, I'm busy. I hope you're not gonna come in here asking about me changing or getting more business. Get the f out of here, dude. All right, Tires Plus, they're awesome in there. They figured out what I needed immediately. They don't have them. I said it's a weird size, which makes sense. So they'll order them. So I may call them. The only one they have is Bridgestone. It's 200 bucks a pop. So I might just go on Tire Rack and find a cheapo pair. This alignment's all messed up, and I don't want to ruin nice tires right now. So, and I'd like to not do a 265/40. I really want to do a 265/45. Bring me down 2 inches. So we'll see. All right, I'm gonna put the rims and tires back on. Order some tires off the internet.
One week later.
So I think we found a solution. I got a 2-inch lift kit. I'm gonna put it underneath the front springs, and that should give us 2 inches more ride height. This is a rough country. I figured these would be metal, but they're plastic, so that's kind of weird. But they just slip in. There's still 2 bolts in the bottom of the strut, so those just slip in and then replace the gap that's made. It tells you to take everything apart that we put on, but I'm not gonna do that because some guy on YouTube said he just lifted it up, unbolted these bolts right here, and then it created a gap, and he slid them in. And if it doesn't, then we're not doing this today. All right, so we've got the spacers in there, the washers. You can see the fresh bolts down there and there. This side, we didn't have to push it all. It just kind of, we undid the bolts and it slid right in. Unfortunately, they didn't come with the washers that we needed, so I had to make this abomination of a washer stack on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. But hopefully it'll work. Oh yeah, we took out the fender wells too, and the fender well liners. So it pretty much exposes the whole engine now. So I'm considering maybe just cutting the inner piece off, seeing if I can make it fit. Or, I mean, just running it how it is. We'll see. We'll get back as soon as I put the wheels on.
I think it might be good.
Yeah.
Looking at the front end is a little higher. I think we might be good.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Front's a little bit higher. Yeah, about 2 inches, yeah. The side here, I mean, it's about 2 fingers. So, this is what the gap looks like on this side. That's the gap looks like on the other side.
Well,
Moment of truth.
You're gonna drive the car?
Yeah, watch out, dude. Let's give it a go. Am I clear? Oh yeah, it drives back on its own power without me having to give it gas. Perfect amount of rub. I think we're good for now. On the wheel straight too. I did an eyeball alignment on it, and let's see what it treks like. Fairly straight, wheel straight. All right, I think we're good for now. I really want to do the 6-inch drop, and I want to make it work. I want to make the 6-inch drop work. So whether that's fixing wheels and tires or playing with the suspension geometry a little bit to make it work, or at the end of the day, I'm not opposed to cutting the fender wells out. There's a kit, I don't even know, I forget what it's called, honestly. There's a kit that does a whole bunch of Gucci lowrider stuff, and they make a relocation kit for all the things underneath the hood. Your battery, your anything that bolts to your fender wells inside the hood, they make a kit that tucks it all inside the fender wells. So at the end of the day, I could do that, and then I could just tub the insides. And at that point, I could fit 28s if I wanted to, which I don't. I mean, I'm fine with 18s and stock tires. I just want it low. So. Yeah, it rides way better than it did with it just rubbing on everything.
There's just sometimes I can't tell if it's the bumps and that lip scraping or if something on the inside's touching. I don't know.
Great stuff. Is it like a instead of a ch?
No.
It's a ch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the front. And if it's not, then f it. From the back, I can see how low everything is up front, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to go lower than that. It's low, like everything is close to the ground.
It might be what I'm hearing, scraping then.
We'll see. I mean, what could be important down there anyways, right? It's just the engine.